You can't talk about masturbation.
Just shut up.
Subscribe.
Yeah!
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We are Music Is It Good Though?
Yeah.
Singularly, my name is Daniela. You can call me Squanch.
My name's Mike. You can call me Squanchy.
Squanch and Squanchy. We're here this week to discuss the album The Loneliest Time
Yeah, it's a fun one.
by Billy Ray Cyrus.
Nope. Carly Rae Jepsen.
Before we go into it, what have you been listening to this week?
Well, there's a new Massive Wagons album called Triggered. That's quite good from what I've heard. I've only listened to it a bit because I've been concentrating listening on the Carly Rae Jepsen album.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a new single by Brendan Benson, who's...
The guy, don't tell me, the guy from Fountains of Wayne.
Nope.
Ah,
The Raconteurs, so isn't Jack White.
You did mention it a few episodes ago.
Yeah, it's called Halloween, so it's like power pop. How about you?
A bit more of 1975, that old Caroline. It's been stuck in my head so much.
Just that one song.
Yeah, that one song has been stuck in my head. Yesterday I had some LL Cool J. Mama said knock you out.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't really like that one though. Beyond that, I've last night downloaded but not started listening to. I've started rewatching Community. And there's a Community soundtrack album.
Is there?
Yeah, so...
I like the theme tune to Community.
By the 88. Yeah. Getting rid of Britters on it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, bringing us to The Loneliest Time. This was
This time.
And also the album, yeah. So this was one that you suggested. It is a new album, so sticking with like new stuff that's coming out week by week. It's a couple of weeks old or so, isn't it?
Yeah, I downloaded it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so you said, yo, G, we doing this new album, Disney.
Yeah, I was a writer on the LL Cool J album.
So do you want to tell me I'm assuming you like it?
Yeah. So I'm a massive Carly Rae Jepsen fan, which would have counted as a guilty pleasure should I care, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know what it is about her, because generally I would shy away from super shiny bubblegum pop.
Yeah, I don't know any other super shiny bubblegum pop that you tend to listen to.
No, there isn't any. But there's something on her. I think the fact that she writes her own stuff as well, and it's quite introspective in the lyrics. Like it, I don't know. It feels like it means something to her as opposed to just money, 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 money. I'm sure that does play a part as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it must. Yeah. It's still pop music at the end of the day.
It's still pop music, but I was reading a couple of reviews of her stuff on there, and she's classed as like an indie darling. I don't know how or why, but she is.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, I think it's because, well, maybe more pop stars do this, but I don't know enough about them to comment. But she writes from personal experience as opposed to just putting songs that are throwaway out there.
Yeah, she's writing for herself rather than for the listeners. Because I had not heard anything, as far as I'm aware, by her since Call Me Maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's what made me listen to more of her, 'cause I thought, there's no way... I love that song. And I just thought, there's no way that she can write something that good and then the rest of her stuff be dross.
Luther Van?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luther Vandross. So I downloaded all her albums and like the hit and miss with a lot of stuff, but yeah, on the most, it's really good. Interesting point that the person who produced this album is at a Vampire Weekend.
Alright.
And his surname is Batmangley. Something beginning with R, Batmangley.
That's a cool name.
And his brother is Supermanly. And then his cousin's Hitmanly.
Yeah. Believe, yeah.
Yeah. I think his dad was Bruce Lee. So you don't know Carly Rae Jepsen. So going into it, were you expecting just more Call Me Maybe?
Pretty much. I think there might have been a song that she collaborated with Owl City on.
Yeah.
But I don't
It's
really...
always a good... I think it's called Good Time.
I'd heard that one as well, because I did like Owl City when Fireflies came out. So he had two songs that I was somewhat familiar with. Yeah, pretty much expecting bubblegum pop music.
Yeah. And what did you think of the album cover? It's a woman, and she sat in fruit of... Fruit?
She sat in fruit of fruit, did you just say?
Possibly.
Yeah.
She sat in front of fruit.
I can't decide if it looks classy or if it looks like it's trying to look classy.
I'd say it looks like a singer-songwriter album.
Yeah.
It's something I can imagine Joni Mitchell doing.
Yeah, now that you say it, I could see that. Could well be.
So it's classy.
Well, she's trying to be classy because she's trying to look like a Johnny Mitchell album.
Johnny.
Johnny Mitchell. It's me accent, don't fret. Yeah, listening to the album, I didn't really like it. No. There was, I think for the most part, it just kind of seemed like you say, throwaway pop music, which is what you said you might expect. Obviously, you didn't get that from it, but most of it felt like throwaway pop music to me. Towards the end of the album, there were some songs that were a bit better, but felt kind of like if someone listened to a Dua Lipa album and said, let's make it but less well produced. Kind of sounded like that, kind of with the funky bass lines and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of disco on there.
Yeah. There was one song which I just very disliked and it grates me every time, which was Talking to Yourself. Track 3, I want to say.
Yeah, Talking to Yourself.
I know that it's something that pop music has a lot of the time, but it grates on me 99% of the time, which is when it's just the very unsubtle metaphors for sex and stuff in it. The whole song is about you're talking to me when you're talking to yourself. So you're thinking of me when you're at yourself. Yeah. And it's just like the lyrics of it are like I'm just cringing right the way through this song.
Danny's the prude of the two of us. You can't talk about masturbation.
It's been done so many times already. It's just
The one song I don't like on there is Beach House.
Right. I was curious what you thought of that one because that's kind of scary.
Do you think?
Yeah. In how the guitar is, because it's playing on like the offbeats, it's ska / reggae guitar playing at least.
Right, yeah.
Maybe more kind of poppy ska, but yeah.
I just didn't like the chorus. It just sounded, I don't know what it sounded like. It sounded like something Pitbull might sing.
I kind of see what you mean with that one, because that's the one where it was like the chorus, but there was little kind of talky bits where the music stopped as well. Yeah, I get what you mean. I liked Joshua Tree, track 2. My only thing that annoyed me with Joshua Tree is it's a very short song, so I didn't particularly like the first one. And then Joshua Tree came on, and I was like, oh, okay, this one's getting good. And it finished.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Beach House. And I did like the last song, the title track, Loneliest Time. That one was pretty good.
Was that the last song for you? Because there were like bonus tracks on the one I've been listening to.
Right, I've not listened to any of that. Just the As It Comes standard release one.
Right. I liked the majority of the album. Like I said, the only song I didn't like was Beach House. There were some middling songs there that I can't even remember what they are. That might just be due to my terrible memory. But the songs that I did like on there, I like Surrender My Heart, Bends, which is an amazing song.
I've just remembered another song that I did quite like actually. Be Nice, or He's Nice, or something like that.
So nice.
So Nice, yeah, that one was pretty good. I thought, again, the lyrics were kind of cringy, but you kind of have to forgive it somewhat in pop music because it's always going to be quite cringy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the actual music of it was pretty good.
I think the music on most of it is, like, it's quite chill. Like, a few weeks ago, I can't remember what album we were talking about, but you said it's one of those albums where you'd put your headphones on and then just go into your own space.
Yeah.
Badly Drawn Boy.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So this is that for me.
Right.
So it's just really chill. There's not, apart from Beach House, the rest of it's amazing. Like Ben's, I can really relate to the lyrics in that. And then Western Winds, the song that follows it. That's amazing. But I really like The Loneliest Time as well. It's a collaboration with Rufus Wainwright.
Who is that? I recognised his name.
Yeah, I know he's an artist in his own right, but I don't know what he does. I know like the Wainwright family they're all musos, and whenever I think of Rufus Wainwright, I always think of Rufus Hound.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking of Rufus Hound. Like, he's got a bit of a voice on him, hasn't he? Did we say like top 3?
No, we didn't. So my top 3 are Ben's, Loneliest Time, and Western Wind.
Mine were probably Beach House, So Nice, Joshua Tree.
And apart from Talking to Yourself, were there any songs on there that you despise?
Not that I despise. I think a lot of it was just throwaway. Like, I think most songs on there sat at, like, didn't particularly like it, but I can see why people do. That sort of... Not for me, but it's not, like, offending me.
Yeah.
Whereas there were the few songs that I was like, okay, this is pretty good. I could wobble my head to this. But then just that Talking to Yourself, I was like, oh, just shut up.
Spoken like an English school teacher.
I was going to say, like, I can't quite place what it is with a voice. Something with a voice I don't really like. It's kind of... Do you know how Britney's got kind of a bit of a babyish voice when she sings?
Yeah.
She's got a bit... Not as much as Britney, I guess Britney had it so much that it kind of became a gimmick for her, but still to a lesser degree like a squeaky voice.
Yeah, well, I think she likes to portray like an innocent, wholesome image, and I guess that maybe gets that across.
Right.
It could, if she dressed up in anything, it could be verge towards the creepy.
Yeah.
Like if she was trying to
If she's singing, you're talking to me while you're talking to yourself, his little squeaky voice, like...
Yeah, I got after that.
Keeping that in.
Yeah. I find it part of her appeal. Again, it's completely different to what I'd normally listen to, so it's a nice opposite.
It is kind of nice when you do find bands like that, though, where as a whole you don't particularly click with the album, but then you just find an artist who, for whatever reason, like even if it's unexplainable, something just clicks. It's nice when you find stuff like that.
Yeah, and we can all agree Call Me Maybe's got some of the greatest hooks in pop music ever.
Yeah. Call Me Maybe was a banger.
Yeah.
So, out of 10?
8.
It was a 4 for me, because there were some songs that were 5, pushing on 6. Most songs probably around a 3, like it was fine, didn't really care. That one song that I hate. So averaging it out at 4-ish. Lands on 6.
So again, it's good. Once again, I think we have to adjust these things because everything's going to be good.
Because we're a positive show where it's all about feeling good and everything's subjective in music. Things can just be good and that's fine. I
think in order to make it good, we both have to agree and it has to average out at 8.
You're thinking of music, is it great though?
Yeah. That's the next podcast where we'll re-review these albums and
go through everything all over again. We haven't decided on next week.
Taylor Swift.
Yes, we did decide, didn't we?
Again, cashing in on the fandoms.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the fans are called Swift Jizzles.
I think they're called the TS's.
The T.S. Eliots. If all the T.S. Eliots want to tune in next week when we review the new Taylor Swift album, do you have any idea what it's called? Midnights. The album Midnights. Midnights. So it's Midnights 3 a.m. edition. So it's not midnight then.
No. Although
she thinks Midnight's 3 a.m. So we'll see if that's any good then. The question, music, is it good though? This week, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, it's better than it was last week.
I preferred last week's album. Did you just Margaret McPoyle then? You went, better than last week. Bye then.
Bye.